Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back here with the third penultimate part of 1-2 for 1 or share like for like, where I hope to reward those who support me and my plans and that kind of thing. I hope I do a better job than I feel I did in my last video in part 2. Obviously, I feel I got a bit nervous or whatever. I don't think I did as good a job as I would like to have done, so I hope I do a better job in this one. And as ever, I'd love to know what you think, whether you think my content is improving or staying stationary or even getting worse, or whatever. You want to comment in the comment section, any constructive criticism, positive feedback, or anything else. But yeah, I think that covers everything for the intro. I'll try and keep it short and sweet. I know I do struggle to do that, but although I do have a lot of sugar. But anyway, on a serious note, here goes. So these are ideas or points or thoughts 21 to 30. So here goes. So number 21, I would have ideally loved to have started these projects a lot sooner, and achieved a lot of these things and made these deals and whatnot a lot sooner, possibly when I turned 40 or even before then, really. And I was thinking about it last year. If I had more of a spine and I knew how to express these ideas, explain them and that kind of thing, I would have done so possibly. I can't remember exactly when it was. I was trying to think of how to say these sorts of things and explain them. It's probably since last June or July or something like that, maybe August or September or something. I can't quite remember. Memory's not my strength. I don't know what it is, to be fair. But on a serious note, I suppose creativity and out of the box thinking, but it is my friend. But anyone who could help me to find lost work or plans or whatever, or to put old ideas into practice or remember things, help me with it, memory exercise or anything like that, I would love to return that favour and support them. I often say I'm not that religious, but I do think of like quotes from like religious stuff and all that. And one of the things I was thinking of is like, I think it's not the lost shepherd, is it? It's the parable of the prodigal son, I think it is, something like that anyway, where I think there's different takes on it, but it's like where well, I think it's from the Bible, but a lot of people have had their own take on it. So it's like basically God has more joy in one wayward person coming back to God, or whatever they say, whatever the saying is, than people who are already righteous or something like that. If anyone who's religious could let me know what the actual teaching is or how to explain it better, or anyone who can explain it better or whatever, who knows that story. Another thing, I'm trying to remember what I was thinking that I think this is what I was going to say in point number 15. I'm saying it 21 because it's 21 again, so remembering some points I was covering. Maybe my YouTube channel could be used as like a sort of spiritual or religious sort of battleground. I don't mean that type of battle, but for want of a better term, I think people do call it a spiritual or religious battleground, where people can comment from different religions what truth is to you, or what your religion is and why you believe it's true, or any evidence you think you have for your religion. So people from all different religions. To be honest, it would benefit my channel anyway, because it would gain some traction, as I would put it. So it would mean that different people are commenting and hopefully giving views and things like that. So people who are Christian, Muslim, or from any other religion could post. And I suppose I often say Islam or Muslims and Christians, because they're the main religions who try and convert people. Another thing, talking about point number 21 again, is like anyone who helps with my causes, as I call them, or goals generally, which are mainly towards those causes. Number 22, also those who advise me without telling me what to do. So I think that's a difficult line. I think a lot of people tell people what to do, but it's very difficult to advise someone without telling them what to do. So I think one way to get me on board for something is to say, do what you want, but if I was you, I would do it this way. And I suppose it does depend on your tone of voice as well. But if someone said to me, like, I've run a business for 20 years or 30 or 40 years or whatever it is, and this is, in my experience, this is how it's the best way to run a business or whatever. Not that I want to run my own for-profit business, because a lot of stuff I want to do now is for philanthropy. I'm not really that interested in materialism or whatnot. really, other than like YouTube or things like that, other than having a big TV or whatnot. But I know I've talked about that before, so I'm not really interested in what a lot of people um, would spend their money on. A lot of, especially males, I suppose it's the privileged males, would spend their money on like cars, like bicycles, motorbikes, especially, and cars and women and things like that. I don't really like to spend money on any of those sorts of things. So I'd say I'm not that materialistic. So a lot of what if I did learn to run a business or I did learn about tech, I'd love to just pass that knowledge on to people in Africa, Asia, Ireland, and former colonies and developing nations generally. But anyone who could give me advice and inspire and encourage me and help me to get on with things, and if I give up on something or I don't really feel like doing stuff, anyone who can help me to, or any organization which can help me to have meaningful work and feel that I'm making a difference and that kind of thing, and basically push me towards my goals, and again advise me without telling me what to do. I would love to reward them as individuals or as organizations or associations or whatever. So if they said, I'll say, if they, I suppose it does depend on the tone of voice, and I think they're being sarcastic or condescending or whatever, but big word for me. Both of those are big words for me. But on a serious note, especially condescending. But if I feel they're saying it in a polite way, like do what you want, but this is going to be better for, or I would advise you to do this, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. That would get me on board because I get annoyed when I think people tell me what to do. So if they could give me advice, but without telling me what to do, and that kind of thing. But again, if I feel like giving up, if they push me and motivate me and encourage me and that kind of thing, even it's like if you go to a gym and you want to go early and someone says, come on, 10 more sets, or maybe that's quite a lot, but 10 more press ups or whatever it is to push you to keep going. So yeah, to not give up and to encourage me to get on with things. Also, like if I dwell on the past, anyone who can help me, basically to look to the future and like try and push forward with my plans. So anyone helps me in my goals, basically, and look to the future. And in the